Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Brent. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick and Plays for Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. Apologies for my voice. I'm still working through it. Hopefully it will be back maybe by this weekend. I don't know. Or maybe if I get a good night's rest, one of these days I will get my voice back. But sorry for the grovelly tone. Hopefully the AI can clean it up a little bit, and it is not so bad. Again, it sounds like I've been smoking cigarettes or something my whole life, which definitely have not been doing. But sorry about that. And sorry that yesterday's entries did not go so well. We finally had a bit of a down day after having a pretty good streak of putting out winners every single day. Yesterday did not go our way. Some bad combos and some bad luck. You know, Vladimir Guerrero out of the lineup hurt us because Jung-Ho Lee was the best value on the board, I think, in baseball yesterday. And we ended up hitting that over 1.5 total bases on his first at-bat of the game when he hit a triple. And then, of course, Vladdy didn't play. So that was really annoying. And then, you know, some other ones, the pitchers, we combined the wrong guys in the pitchers side of things because there was 2 winners, 2 losers, and they were not on the same side. We are still sweating out some tennis from literally 2 days ago, which is kind of crazy. But that being said, we'll add more tennis on today. But today we got MLB, we got NBA, we got our Lotto entry, we got our Dong squads, and yeah, we're going to get after it. So if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for 50% deposit match bonus. Literally the best deposit bonus out there. And also, got to say, if you've been playing the extender on Underdog and NBA, you're getting an even higher boost today. So make sure you use it on these games. All right, MLB entry number 1. We're going Heliot Ramos higher than 2.5 total bases. Heliot Ramos got walked twice yesterday at Coors Field. He had a sac fly RBI in that game. He did not have a hit, but as I said, one was a sac. He had 5 at bats. He failed to reach twice. He got walked twice, and he got the sac fly on one of them. I think that he's going to correct that one here. So give me Heliot Ramos higher than 2.5 total bases. I'm going to pair that with Brent and Rooker higher than 1.5 total bases. Hit a double yesterday against the Angels. I think he's going to do just fine here against Kyle Hendricks. Hit another double or more. So 3.36x on that entry to start off our MLB entries for the day. MLB entry number 2, we're going to go Kerry Carpenter higher than 1.5 total bases for those hot Detroit Tigers. Obviously Carpenter is he's a power threat. He's got decent speed, so I like his total bases. Again, it's just he's a guy that basically every day I can make the case for. I try not to, use all the same guys every single day, but Kerry Carpenter is a guy that just, when you look at like matchup by matchup, it's tempting to look at, it's tempting to take him every single day. But the Tigers are taking on the Orioles and Zach Eflin. Eflin's been fine this year, but not great. So I like Carpenter in this matchup. Then I'm going to go Junior Caminero higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the Rays as they take on the Red Sox. Caminero did not have a great day yesterday, but I think against Walker Buehler, he is going to pick it up. Man, Buehler is a risk. I mean, Littell is pitching for the Rays, so it's not a dominant pitcher, but Littell has actually been above average this year, just given the types of numbers we're seeing from so many starting pitchers. Walker Buehler, a guy you can't trust at all, so I'm going to be taking Caminero to have higher 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs with Kerry Carpenter higher than 1.5 total bases, 2.76x multiplier. MLB entry number 3, we're going to go Alejandro Kirk higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the Blue Jays. Kirk has been great this year. I don't think that that's going to stop anytime soon. So give me Alejandro Kirk to have another good game. He performed yesterday for the Blue Jays. I think he's going to continue here versus Matthew Liberatore and the Cardinals. Pairing him with Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 total bases against Eduardo Rodriguez and the Diamondbacks. Rodriguez, I think, is the biggest liability in the starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. I expect that to work out well for J-Rod here. That's a 2.82x multiplier with Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 total bases and Alejandro Kirk higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. MLB entry number 4, Jose Ramirez higher than 1.5 total bases as the Reds are facing the Guardians. Nick Lodolo is pitching for the Reds. I'm going to be taking Jose here higher than 1.5 total bases. I think Lodolo, a little bit of a guy who's still got potential. He's only 27. He's not quite, he's had some high points, but he's not consistently there yet. Good hitting weather at Progressive Field. So I'm going to be happy to take our guy, Jose Ramirez, pairing that with Jackson Merrill, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. After the Padres killed the Dodgers yesterday, they get to face Justin Wroblewski. I mean, the Dodgers pitching is an absolute mess. Randy Vasquez, also a mess for the Padres. So it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I think Jackson Merrill is going to benefit. Higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Jackson Merrill, with Jose Ramirez higher than 1.5 total bases, 2.73x multiplier. All right, let's do our pitcher combo entries here. We are going to go with Zach Littell and Walker Buehler higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. As I said, Buehler is a complete liability. And then I'm going to take JP Sears and Hendricks higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Just so much power on these lineups versus these pitchers who I don't think have a lot of plus stuff. So 2.37x multiplier on that one. Yes, they're both favored to have first inning runs, but it's not going to stop me. I'm going to play both those pitchers. So it is Rays against Red Sox first inning run, and then Athletics against Angels first inning run, 2.37x. Number 2, we're going with Bryan, Woo, and Eduardo Rodriguez, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I told you I think Eduardo Rodriguez is a liability, but I think he can get out of one frame. Bryan Woo is a very good young pitcher. I think that he's going to get out, especially after the bats were hot for the D-backs yesterday. I don't think it's going to be back-to-back. I'm going to take Jack Leiter and then and David Festa, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in this Rangers against Twins game, 3x multiplier on that one. All right, let's talk a little NBA. Had an NBA entry yesterday that I put in. It was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, lower than 34.5 points, and Tyrese Halliburton higher than 17.5 points. Again, 34.5 on the road. They're really getting tempting with that one. Well, it's gone down to 33.5. I think you can still play it at 33.5. So it's the same multiplier, but there's 1 point less there. Then NBA entry number 2, Halliburton higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. Halliburton, again, I just think that he's the star of the playoffs so far outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So give me Tyrese Halliburton higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. And then I'm going to take Isaiah Hartenstein higher than 7.5 rebounds. He's hit this number in both of the games of this NBA Finals so far. So I'm expecting Hartenstein to keep it up here. Higher than 7.5 rebounds, Halliburton higher than 2.5 3-pointers made, 3.3x multiplier on that. All right, let's get into the Lotto. Lotto entry number 1, Miles Turner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. I think he's going to shoot hot at home as well. He was at 1.5 for a while on these numbers, but I took the enhanced multiplier here because I think Turner's capable of getting hot and leading a game in 3-pointers. I mean, he can get 5 or 6 3-pointers in a game, no problem. He's done it before at home. That really favors him. I'm taking Shohei Ohtani higher than 2.5 total bases. The man can hit triples. The man can hit a double. He can hit a single as well. He can hit a home run. There's lots of ways to get here. I think 2.5 total bases against Randy Vasquez and the Padres after the Dodgers got embarrassed yesterday is worth a shot. And then Luis Robert Jr. higher than 1.5 total bases. Why is Luis Robert at an enhanced multiplier here against the Astros? I don't really get it. I mean, obviously, Ryan Gusto is fine, but I'm taking higher than 1.5 total base for Luis Robert. That's just crazy that you're getting an enhanced multiplier on 1.5 for him. 15.77x multiplier on that one. Did not flex it. You can look up the flex options if you want to, but I'm really confident in this one. All right, Dong Squad number 1. We're going Brent Rooker higher than 0.5 home runs. They're like Rooker in this matchup against Hendricks. And then I'm going to take Pete Alonso higher than 0.5 home runs as the Mets take on Jake Irvin and the Nationals. Irvin's been pretty okay this year, but Alonso is one of those guys who can go yard on anybody. And then the one that juices this thing up, Gerard Encarnacion for the Giants, higher than 0.5 home runs against Kyle Freeland and the Rockies. Encarnacion is a young player, good player. He's getting it's his first Coors experience. I think that he is going to find a way to get a home run here. It would be his first home run of the season. He's only played in 5 games, but this young player, again, you got to take advantage of these early shots in your career in Colorado. So that is a 48.95x multiplier or 24.47x/4.5x flex. I definitely recommend flexing the Dong Squads. If you listen to the show, I recommend flexing the Dong Squad every day. Dong Squad number 2 is Pete Crow Armstrong, higher than 0.5 home runs. Tyler Soderstrom, higher than 0.5 home runs. Francisco Lindor, higher than 0.5 home runs. 83.22x multiplier Flex it 41.61x if it goes 3 for 3, 7.49x if it goes 2 out of 3. Tennis, Madison Keys lower than 18.5 games played versus Zakharova. Yuri Lehechka higher than 24.5 games played against Jan Leonard Struff, 3x multiplier. Mark Lehal higher than 23.5 games against Laszlo Jerry. And then Lucas Klein lower than 0.5 sets laws down in a Clay Challenger event, 3x multiplier. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your picks today, and let's make some money.